Hello, welcome to Parking Lot Agility with Grace, and today we're going to work on teaching our dogs the my side backside skill, or the in skill. So for those of you who may not have heard of this, let's just do a quick refresher of what that does to our dog's lines. So if our dog is here where this yellow stuffed animal is, approaching this jump from the front side, in the skill we would look for our dog's path to become a serpentine to the backside, taking the backside jump in this direction and continuing. You may look at that and just say, well, that's a German turn, or a push to the backside serpentine, which is correct. It's the same line, but as a reminder, if I were going to do a German turn, the handler would be on the front side of the jump, and in this case we want to be on the back side. So just to show you the difference, if I'm handling this as a German turn, it looks like this, where I'm here, ascending to the back side, seeing commitment, and coming around the jump with the dog. In this case, on the in, I want to be here, calling dog here, helping them over the jump, and continuing. When we talk about building this skill, there's a couple of different components here. We need to teach them value for bypassing the front side of the jump and committing to the backside. And then we need to teach them value for taking the backside of the jump and continuing on in extension. So to do that, I like to split this down into two different pieces. And first, just teach the front side, or teach the value for coming to the backside of the jump. So what I like to do for the setup here is sort of start my dog on a little bit of a clock and use different approaches to make this more difficult. I'm going to pre-place a reward on the back side of the jump, and we're going to start with our dogs here at the orange toy. Sorry, I don't have any cones. If you set your dog up with the orange toy, it's very easy for them to come on the back side. They're almost a little bit on the slice, and the back side is right there for them. Once they're successful there, we'll move them out to this here brown toy, which now makes it a little bit more of a choice. I could go to the front side, or I could swing around to the back side. And then for the hardest scenario, we put them over at the yellow toy, where the front side is very much there, and that's the obvious answer, and they really have to make the choice to come around to the back side. So let's get a dog and see what that looks like. So we're back with a baby dog who has maybe done a little of this, but not a whole lot. So we'll see what we get here. So to start with, I'm going to set her up at the orange cone. I'm going to pre-place my reward over there, and I'm just going to reward her for coming to the back side. Pre-placing reward. I want to stand arm's distance from this pole. My feet are pointing in the direction I want my dog to go. But I'm going to open my body up to invite my dog in. Okay. Yeah, good girl. Super smart. Super. So that was pretty easy, so we'll make it a little harder. Fine. Sit. Wait. Replace reward. Same setup. Me. Good girl. Yeah, good job. Wait. Me. Good girl. So now that we have our dog committed to the backside, I want to start teaching them to anticipate taking the jump away from the handler in extension and start building some handler motion in there. So to do that, we're going to set the dog up on the line that we would want them on, which in this case is pretty much where that little orange toy is. It's sort of simulating if they had just wrapped around the jump and stuff. I'm not testing their ability to come to the backside anymore. I just want to teach value for taking the jump while the handler's moving away. We'll put the two pieces together eventually. Sit, wait. So, dog's gonna go here at the orange toy. We're gonna pre-place this reward on the line where I want the dog exiting on. And I'm going to come back up here and set myself up just like I had called them around to the jump. So I'm arms distance across, feet are facing forward, my chest is still open, inviting my dog in. So, okay. Good girl. Good. Okay. Good girlie. Good girl. All right, now we're gonna work on putting the whole thing together. So to do that, I've brought my arc of toys back out here, and we're gonna set the dog up progressively on more difficult entries. So we'll start again at this orange toy, then move to the brown, then move to the yellow. And this time I'm going to call her to the backside and then have her also take the jump. So I'm gonna pre-place my toy on the far side of the jump. We'll see what we get. That might be a little bit distracting. Me, yeah, good girl, good stuff. Me, good try. So, much harder approach, sit. Woo cat, sit. Me, good girl, good job. Me, oh, good try, she thought about it. Come on. Wait. Me, whoopsie. So, we're not there yet, so I'll take her back to the last place she was successful and just do one more. Sit, wait. Oh! I won't knock her for that. I did tell her to go get her toy. So, once you put that all together, you can make things a little more difficult. So you can build your verbal and try to make it off of only a verbal. And obviously this is highly positional right now, so I'm very close to the wing. I'd like to get to a point where I can be in a lot of awkward positions. So if I'm being late, I'd like to be able to do it from here. You know, maybe I want some distance skills and I want to be out here. So if you've already got it put together, I would encourage you to start working on your distance skills, trying to build out a little bit more independence on that skill. I think you've probably all seen those Facebook challenges where dogs are doing 3 of these in a row from 30 feet away. So try and work to that.